Hi everybody, Frank here again, and welcome to my laboratory. I've been working with the ATEM, which we've installed in several schools so far. It's been working really great, has a lot of capabilities. One of them is you can load graphics into the software. And let me show you real quick here. The software is number 5, here it is. So in the software, it has a little tab here I'm going to click on, and it says it's the media control. So I got a bunch of pictures in here now, but what we've been noticing that a lot of the pictures aren't the correct format. So in other words, they're not like a 16 by 9. Let me show you this one. So this picture here that's in there is a 16 by 9, so it looks really good. So when you do superimpose over it, it gives you a pretty good background. So there I am up there. So that gives you a pretty good background, right? Pretty good background. Okay. So, but on this other picture, you'll see if I cut to, if I cut to it, it's got those bars. You'll see the bars, you know, on the sides there. So it's not as nice. So there's one without the bars, looks pretty good, and one with the bars. So today what I want to do, I want to show you how to correct that. And we're going to use software that you already have. Either you have PowerPoint or you have Google Slides. So let's take a look and see how we can fix that in Google Slides. So what we want to do is we want to change the format of the slides on the media from this little 3 by 4 to what would be considered 16 by 9. That's what we're looking at. So I'm going to minimize our software here. I'm going to go to Google because we're going to create it in Google Slides. So you're going to have to open up your own Google account. Then you're going to click on your little menu bar here. I'm going to go to Docs. And then I'm going to go to the menu bar here and say I want Google Slides. So I choose Google Slide. I go to a blank, and blank opens up. And then what I want to do is I want to do the layout. I want to just pick a blank slide. So there we go. Now I want to close this theme. So now what we're going to do is insert the picture that we want to adjust. So here we go. I'm going to go to Insert an Image, Insert an Image, and I'm going to upload it. Now, I have a thumb drive put into my laptop here that I'm working on. And now I'm going to go find the picture that I want to work on. So there was that one picture I have here, and it's a space nebulae here. So I'm going to pick that one and say open. And as you see in the slide that it's not the correct format, it's not the right aspect ratio. So on this particular slide, I'm just going to center it, and you'll notice that in some slides you can actually expand. This particular one, I'm going to expand it to the end of the slide. Now yes, it's getting distorted because the aspect ratio isn't locked. But on this particular slide, it's okay, because I mean, when you look at it, it doesn't, when someone looks at that, they're going to say, oh, that slide is distorted. Well, it isn't. So I'm going to go over here now. I'm going to save this slide. And I'm going to, first, I'm going to name it. So let's just put space 1. So I know what it is. So now I'm going to say File. And I'm going to go to Download. Now when you open up Download, you'll notice right here it says JPEG current slide. That's what I want, right? I want a JPEG current slide. It also can be a PNG, but mostly we just use the JPEG. So I say JPEG. Now there I clicked on it. Now what's going to happen is it's going to download it, and here it is here. It shows me the download. But a little shortcut is if you right-click and show in folder, I'm going to click show in folder, there it is, space 1. It's called space 1-1. Okay, because I had done one previous. So now what I want to do is I want to put that back in the file where I took it out of. So I'm going to click it, drag it into my graphics picture file, and it'll go back in there. So let's minimize that. I'm going to minimize my Google Slide, go back to our software. Now what I have to do is I have to look for it. Remember, I dropped it in graphics, in the graphics pictures here, and I called it space 1-1. So I'm going to go see if I can find it. Well, there you go. There's space 1-1. There you go. Great. So now I'm going to grab it. What you have to do is you have to load the pictures into the blank spots here. Now I already have one of these in here. This one I'm going to get rid of. I'm going to grab it up here, space 1-1-1, grab it over and drag it into that little blank spot. So there it is there. So let's take a look now. Here I'm going to grab this original one and put it in Media Player 1, and then I'm going to grab the new one and put it in Media Player 2. So let's take a look and see what that looks like. Here is Media Player, here's the original one in Media Player 2. No, I'm sorry, Media Player 1. So that's what it originally looked like. So let me show you another little thing here. There you go. So if we had that picture as a background, you can see it has those black bars that are kind of unsightly. So let's take a look at what we did now. Okay, there it is. Now look, it looks so much better because those black bars are gone now, right? And you could say, well, yeah, you know, who's going to say, oh, that picture's distorted? I can tell by the way. You know, come on, nobody. So that's that one. Okay, so let's take another look here. I'm going to come out here back to the software. And we're going to do another picture. So let's go, let's minimize this one. Go back into our Google Slide. And we're gonna do a slide. We're gonna do a new slide, and we're going to do the same thing. Well, here I want to do the layout again. Blank slide. I want to insert. Here's the insert is right. I want to insert an image, and I want to upload it from the computer because remember, Google Slide is a cloud program. So those pictures I have now are in my thumb drive. They're down here in my computer. So I want to upload it to the cloud. So let's pick another one. And I had one here that's kind of interesting. This one's called. Here's like a patriotic slide. I'm going to pick this one. And there's our eagle. So again, looking at this, it's a great picture, but look at the aspect ratio. It's like 3:4. It's too small. Well, here's what I don't want to do, because that definitely looks distorted. I mean, not that bad, but it's distorted. So let's go back to our original picture. And here's what I can do with this one. I could click on background. Now in the background, I could choose another image to go behind it. So I'm going to choose an image, and I'm going to go back to my patriotic file, and I'm going to say, well, this one is kind of cool. So I'm going to pick this one because it'll match. I go open, and it'll upload it, and it'll say done. Well, that looks pretty good actually, right? I think we can improve on it because look, it's just like kind of a box. So let's click on the box, and I'm going to go to Format Options. Now, if you look down here, there's the ability to do a drop shadow. So I'm going to click on Drop Shadow. I'm going to pick a color, and I'll probably pick like a dark blue, I guess. And then here's what I can do. I can just the opacity, the angle, the distance. I'm going to come out and make some little distance on so I can actually see it. So I'm going to pull some distance out here, and I'm going to blur it a little bit so it's not so obvious. And then the angle, I'm going to try to make it So it's kind of around the theme. So it's not such a harsh angle. It's something that looks okay there. So I'm gonna blur it a little bit so it's not so obvious. I don't want to say, you know what, that's fine. That's fine for now. So I'm going to click back on here, and there's my little drop shadow. So, okay, I like it. I think we've improved it. So now let's go to File. Oh, wait, I want to rename it first because you're going to need that's going to save it, that name. So I'm going to go Eagle 1. And now I'm going to go to File, Download, and I'm going to remember now I'm going to go back to the current slide, JPEG current slide. Click on that. It's going to show up there, here, down in my little space here. In the download, that's actually a download area. So I'm going to right click, show it in the folder. It shows it that it went to my download file. If you look up here, you'll see it went to my downloads. So there's little downloads. But it's easier to find it this way. So there's my Eagle. So here's my Patriotic, where I originally had the original one. So I'm going to click and drag it into my Patriotic and drop it in there. Okay, now I'm going to minimize that. Minimize my Google slide. Open my program back again, and here's our program. Now I'm going to go to the Media tab and click on it. And now I'm going to go to my Patriotic. And now I'm going to see if I could find it. And it would be under Eagle. There's Eagle 1.1. Boom. And there it is. There's my Eagle 1.1, right? So I'm going to grab that. I'm going to drag it into a blank spot. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show the difference again. I'm going to click this, go over here. I'm going to remember, once it's in here, you just drag it into the Media Player 1 and Media Player 2. So there it is. So let's take a look. Let's go back to our switcher, and we're going to go back to Media Player 1. There's our original one. Oop. Oh, there I am up here. Okay, so there's our Media Player 1. So we look at it, it's like, wow, it's a cool picture, but guess what? Those bars, they just don't look right. So let's take another look now what we did to it. Wow. How about that, huh? I mean, you know, I'm not an artist. I would just dabble here. But I mean, this is something you can do. But even better than that, you know, the kids can do this. So give them a project because, remember, TV production and your news show it's pre-production planning. The better the pre-production planning and the implementation, the better your show's going to be. Well, if your show's better, guess what's going to happen? More people are going to watch it, right? And it's going to be fun. But you can't do this overnight. It's going to take a little while to build yourself into it. But that's why I'm giving you some of these tips, how to make your show a little bit better. Okay, looks really good. Okay, now we're going to do one more, and we're back into the software control. I'm going to minimize that. I'm going to go back to my slideshow that I've been working on, because you can do multiple pictures at a time if you want, or you can just do one. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a new slide, new slide. Now I'm going to do an insert an image, upload. Remember, we have to go and find it in a file. So I have got this one picture, and I think it's in this file here. Let me see. Yeah, it's in this file. So it's my graphics picture file, and it's a little square picture again. I'm going to open it up. And you'll see, there it is. Let me close that. There's the file. It's square, right? So it's really a nice picture again. And, maybe this is like a spring theme that you want to do. So this particular one, you can see, is a little top and bottom. So I don't want to stretch this out because it will distort. So that's not really what I want to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to replace this white sides with the color. So I'm going to click on the slide here, and I'm going to go to background. Background color. I'm going to click on here, and I'm going to look down here in some compatible color that's near the actual slides. I don't know. I think this one maybe. So let's say done. That's not too bad, but you know what? It's too green. So let me go back and say, how about this one? I think this one would be better. It's more blue. Yeah, I think I like that one better. So all I did here was I replaced the background. So now let's go up here. I'm going to change the name again. This one's going to be called Spring. Spring 1.1 is going to come out. And then I go File, Download, remember, Download. And I'm going to go to Image File, JPEG, Current Slide, click on it, and it will automatically do it. That's what I really like about this Google Slide program. It's pretty cool. It does a lot of things for you, like really well, and you know, it's part of our package. So right click, Show in Folder, and there it is. There's my Spring 1.1, and I had it in Graphics Pictures, so I'm going to grab it, bring it over here to Graphics Pictures, drop it in there. I'll minimize that. I'll minimize my Google Slide. I'll open up the software again, and then we're going to go to our Media page. Click on the Media tab. Now I'm going to look under, not Page Router, but Graphics. That's where it was. So let's see if I can find it. I'm going to go down here to Spring. There's Spring 1.1. Boom, let's see. Oh, that's it. So there it is. I'm going to grab, remember, don't grab it here, it won't go. Grab it here. Let's see, yeah, you grab it right here. So I grab it, I'm going to put it in the blank spot. And now we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to bring the original picture, which is 3x4, and replace it with the 16x9 in Media Player 2. So let's go back to Switch. Let's go back to Media Player 1. And there's our little square picture. And you can see, really, it bothers me. I don't like it. Anyway. So let's take a look at how we made the improvement. So let's go to Media Player 2. Ah, there you go. Doesn't that look much better? Seriously. So there's that with the black. See, when people look at that, they think something's wrong, or what's, you know, it just symmetrically it doesn't click in their head, and it looks like a mistake. So let's go back now. So we just repaired it. So well, now it's so much more pleasant and easier on the eye, right? Don't you agree? Okay, so that wasn't too bad. Little tips on how to convert square pictures into a rectangular 16x9. Work better with your system. You know, you'd have the students work on this too, so you don't have to do everything yourself. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope your show goes well, and thank you for tuning in. See you later.